Hey guys, how you doing? It's Voodoo here and welcome to episode 13 in my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Emblem editor series. Now you're in for a treat today because we have nailed this DC logo to the absolute max. Really pleased with that. Obviously the previous episode was Chem Block, and what goes hand in hand with Chem Block is obviously DC Shoes, which is a company that he part owns. I'm a big fan of DC, got a lot of DC shoes, and yeah, I love it. So I sort of loosely based it on the image on the left there. Basically what that is, obviously that's like embossed on a seat, so I wanted to give it a sort of a 3D look. So we've done that with a load of shading and a little bit of trickery, which we'll go into in a little while with you guys. But I think that I've managed to pull it off absolutely spot on, and as soon as I put that on the gun and saw how it was, I thought yes. Now there is a couple of bits I could have done with a few more layers, but I've made the best of what I had, and I still think it's very, very good. So first of all, you're going to need a couple of rings, and you want to make them so in the center there, that gap is just right, and that's over the center on the cross on the grid, so you want to get them in just the right place. Another thing I do is I use dull colors when I'm actually sort of doing stuff, because if you have really bright colors, that the grid, you can't really see it. So the best way is to have dull colors, and the grid will bleed through the color and you can see better where you need to do it. Now then I got a couple of rectangle mediums and put them on the edges there, sort of made them the same thickness as the ring, and then you can sort of like put them towards the edges of the square, the main grid, and that'll be absolutely spot on. Then use a black square as you just saw and put that in as the background, because we're going to start covering up some of the rings. Another couple of rectangle mediums just to cut off the extra part of the ring, because obviously we don't want to see that, so it's a way of covering it up. So obviously you need to make sure you get your rectangles in the right sort of thickness as the rings, otherwise that will look dodgy. Just take another rectangle medium there and put it on the back of the D, near the lower part, that gets it in the right place. And then another rectangle medium, just scale that up. I think I free scaled that up and sort of take out the C, put it in the middle there. Now obviously with the star, you just want to use, there's a couple of different stars you can use. You got the same one twice, but basically just use two of them stars and just spin it slightly on its axis, and that gives you a multi-pointed star. Now the star actually has 7 points originally. Now you can make a 7-pointed star with a load of diamonds, but for ease of use and it's near enough exact, just use 2 stars, and that saves you some layers. Now this is the shading trickery. Now I have sort of sped some bits up of this later on in the video in the thought of time, because you're just going to watch me put an edging round. But basically you use a curved line on the edge of the D and part of the C, and just sort of like bring it down the layers, so it goes, and I've done the D underneath the C, so you can see that my curved lines go under there, and use it like a real light shade on the, almost imagine it as if the light is shining above the DC and is shining down onto it. So the top of the actual DC will be light and underneath will be dark. So I then use some curved lines and change them to a darker shade on the shadow side. So basically it's just a lighting effect that you can use with this Emblem Editor 2. We can now like use more detailed things and do better lighting effects, and that gives the image a lot more of a sort of more depth. Now I've gone through obviously doing all the shading, and you put it all on there, and then you can sort of change the colours of the shading as and when, and some of them you may have to extend and shorten just to get it just right, but the curved lines, that is. But generally it's very simple to do. You just need to free scale the curved lines and get them to be in the same sort of contour as the D and the C. Very sort of like very easy to do indeed. Very simple one to do, but a really, really effective logo. Now obviously I'll say this now, if you guys are enjoying the series so far, I know a lot of you guys are doing it already, but if you could leave a rating on the video, it really does help me out. Obviously spend quite a bit of time making these for you guys, and it really does help me if you can just hit that like button and just help me get my videos out there, because it means a lot. But now we're doing the shading on the sort of straight edges. Now what you want to do is grab a rectangle medium, take it down the layers, sort of like underneath the black rectangle medium that you've used to break the D, and once you get that underneath there, you can then just change the colour of it. Now the bottom half I've done it as a lot lighter colour, and the top half is dark for the shadow effect sort of thing, but sometimes my shading might be slightly off, and if you guys want to change the shading, change the colours. Obviously I've done it green and black. Green and black are my favourite colours. I've got PCs at green and black, and I absolutely love them, but basically if you can do it any colours you want, and the principle is exactly the same with all of the colours, because we've got quite a lot of a vast colour palette on this Emblem editor. So if you use red, you can then use a really light red and a dark red and do the edging and stuff like that, and that will have exactly the same effect as what this green will have. So I did try various other DC sort of things. I've done an outline one and various other little effects, but none of them come out as good as this one. It was definitely my favourite, and I got rid of the other ones and thought I'd bring this one to you guys. But yeah, so other than that, I've obviously done Chem Block, I've done DC, I'm doing DC. I've done Chem Block, done Monster Energy, we've done Rockstar. Rockstar's a real good one, used like a little special lighting effect on there. Red Bull, all the sort of real classics have been done so far, but we've got lots of other videos coming. There's still, at the moment, we're gonna have one a day. I've got enough videos in the can now to do one a day. Feel free to leave me any of your suggestions. As I've said to a lot of you guys, the list is very long at the moment, but I am trying to get my way through all of them as I can. Please don't get disheartened if it takes me a little while to get to yours, because I've got a long list and there's only so much time I've got to make emblems, but I will do my best to get them there, and I get there eventually. It might not be straight away, but I'll get to them eventually. But I've got some real good ones coming out. I've made quite a few, and they're all ready to be edited, and they are very special. All of them are absolutely spot on, so I'm really pleased with how it's all going. But like I say, leave comments in the section below, anything you want me to do. Please leave a rating, that just helps me out no end. And when you get this emblem on the gun, you guys will absolutely love it. It looks awesome. When you bring in the UAV or whatever you want to do and it pops up on there, it just pops on the screen and everyone's like, how the hell did he make that? It looks absolutely awesome. But we're getting towards the end here, guys. Just like smoothing off the edges. I'll make the sea, the edge of the sea, a little bit smaller. It's a little bit big there, but we sort of trim that up and get that exactly how we want, and that's it. Get everything in the sort of order you want, and then that looks absolutely spot on. But as always, guys, we've absolutely nailed another emblem, and thanks ever so much for watching. Please don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I shall see you in the next episode. See you later, guys. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Feel free to check me out on there. That way you'll never miss any of the videos I post, and you'll get to read some of the mundane tweets that I manage to tweet out on a daily basis. Thanks ever so much, guys, and I'll see you later.